Hello, hello, and welcome back to Let's Play Hercules. I'm HazzD. Last time we started the game, we completed the first level, got a bunch of tutorial stuff out of the way. Hopefully this time we'll have less tutorials. Maybe, possibly, sort of not. No, there is still going to be tutorials. This next level is quite a bit different from the previous one, and it's going to involve me explaining a lot more things. So at the end of the last level, we got a password. So for collecting all four of the question mark pots in that level, we got a password that if we enter on the password menu, we'll be able to skip straight to level 2. So here we go, this is Megara.
So, you got a password with you, or you're just stopping by to say hi?
So there we go, if we've got a password with us, we can enter it and skip straight to a new level. So, as you can see, we've got some vases here. If you press square and circle, it will rotate them, so you can change it to the symbols that we had at the end of the last episode. Luckily, I've got them written down, so I can change these. So, as you can see, we start with the second pot for some reason, which is a bit weird. I don't know why we started the second pot, but the password from last time was not that. I'm starting from 1. Hold on, let me rotate it more. It was Hydra, then Medusa, then it was what I call an ear, because I cannot figure out this symbol. What is this symbol here? I cannot figure it out. It might be a sheep. It might be a goat. I think it's an ear with something coming out of it. I have no idea what that is. It's a symbol. I call it an ear. It could be anything. Make up your own, idea of what it could be in the comment section. Please, if you know what it is, tell me. For the love of all that is holy, tell me what that is, because I have no idea. So there we go. That's the password. It is Hydra, Medusa, ear thing, and then Medusa again. That's the password for the second level. Something that can happen in this menu is that the game will freeze, and weirdly it freezes and then loads of sound clips start playing. The only way to fix this is to restart the game. It tends to happen after the second time you've entered a password or you get it wrong. It will just freeze on you. It's very weird. It's the only time I've seen this game freeze, so just be aware of that. That can happen. I thought it froze there for a second because the animation stopped, but no, here we go. If we put the password in correctly, this will happen. As she said, we're going to the Isle of Libra, and that will, once it's loaded, unlock a funny bit of concept art. I think that's from the movie. So here we go, the second level. Something else, this will reset all of my lives. So the second level is called Hero's Gauntlet. I'll just make note of that while it's there. So reset all of my lives. It's like I started back at the beginning of the game with 3 lives. So I'm going to use this method of starting new levels just because it's easier for me to do between episodes. I don't have to sit on that menu constantly. So as you can see, this is a completely different type of gameplay from the first level. It's actually on rails, and I've already crashed into things. So these dummy things, what I suggest is just hold a direction and then go in that direction. You'll be able to dodge it. Okay, I'm doing terribly here, but on these levels, as you can see, there are also letters, and there's also going to be pots, so you're going to want to pick these up. It's going to be a lot harder because it's all on rails. I'm going to try and explain as much of this as I can while I play, and not die constantly. Ow. Okay, there we go. So as you can see here, there's a new power-up. This is a charge boots thing. It allows you to smash through things like rocks. So there's the E. I got the H earlier, so we've now got an E. So those charge boots, they're a special power-up for this mode only, for levels like this on rails. If you pick it up, you'll be able to charge and ram through rocks. However, be aware, if you take damage, it will stop the power-up. So if you take damage before you smash through your target, and sometimes there will be special items in some of those, you will just not be able to pick it up or be able to get through the last rock. So if I just run here and jump, as you saw there was a split in the road. I didn't really have time to talk about because I was talking about other things. Ow, I did not want to do that. As you saw, it's a split in the road. You can go either left or right. Each way has all of the same letters and pots. So there was the R. It's after those swinging dummies and before these smashing fists. That's where that is. Each side has the same number of letters, the same number of pots, so don't worry, you won't miss out by choosing a different path. Here's the second pot. It's just between those 2 swinging blades and before these rolling boulders. So if haven't got the second pot and you've got to this, the rolling boulders, you've missed it. So yeah, you won't miss anything if you choose a different path, but if I slow down here, as you can see, there is a C just before the second checkpoint. So the pots, so the R, the C, and that pot that I've just picked up, they won't be there if you went right at that checkpoint. So be aware of that. you need to be... I'll make note of where they are and I'll also show off the other route. So I'm going left every single time on this so that I can demonstrate where they are on the left side. Next time I'll go right on all of them and demonstrate... Well, I'll do a edit at the end of the video demonstrating what happens if you go right. As you saw there, I jumped up and I grabbed one of the dolls and it threw out like some health. There are never any like collectible items in there, so don't worry if you miss them. You're not missing out on anything, it's fine. Something that I haven't been able to mention because I've just been constantly talking. If you hold back, you will slow down, and if you push forward, you will speed up. This can make it easier to dodge things, so this is an easy one to miss on the left path. There is actually an L amongst all of those goats. Oh, I'm going to hit this. Ow. It's fine if you hit a bunch of things in this level. There's so many lives that literally, or so much health that literally, it's impossible to... I don't actually think in the first episode I mentioned that they're Hercules, so they're like a drink from the movie that gives you health. So as you saw there, I just skipped that helmet, that invincibility helmet. It doesn't actually protect you from terrain-based damage. So if I was to crash into these pillars with it, it would still count as me hitting them, even though I'm supposed to be invincible. So yeah, it's not great. But yeah, if I hold down run here to get up some speed, I'll be able to jump and grab that extra life. So you can get extra lives during the game. It's not just reserved to the end menu. So there we go. I think I've just got the fourth pot, and I think I got all the letters. I wasn't really paying attention because I was trying to explain things at hyper speed because this level is incredibly short, and as you can see, there we go, we finished it. That's how short that level was. I was trying to explain it so fast what was going on that I don't actually know whether I got everything. Also, one thing to mention is coins in these levels. You tend to be able to just pick up way less coins and still get a high score because they're not expecting you to pick up everything. So there you go, I did get all of the Hercules. There we go, got all the letters, got a continue bonus. And, let's see. There we go, I got a hero rating. That means I got a extra life. That won't matter to me because it's going to reset when I enter a password. I'm literally going to exit out of this and then replay that level to record the other route. So that doesn't matter. I didn't actually mention this in the first episode, but the hero ratings, there's a couple of different like scores you can get. You can get... Okay, I've completely forgotten what you can get, but it's like not bad kid, champ, and then hero. There's definitely one below... Oh, 0. So it's 0, not bad kid, champ, hero. I think on most levels you only get a pot for hero. On some of them you do get it for champ. The percentage you need of coins to get the hero rating or the champ rating varies wildly. So here I got as low as 64%. But on some other levels it can be as high as 100% of the coins. I think on level 3 it's 100%. So yeah, it varies wildly between levels. So that's just something to keep in mind. So I'm just going to press X and go to the pop menu, so the password menu. And as you can see, this is the password for the next level. For level 3 is Centaur, Hercules' head, the Minotaur, and then an archer. That's what I call that. I didn't actually read out the first one. So there we go, that's that level complete. A very, very short level. I tried to explain as much as I possibly could in such a short amount of time. Hopefully I covered everything. So when I play through the other routes, I'm just going to show the level all again. Since it's such a short level, I can just do it all again. And hopefully I'll be able to cover everything I didn't hear. That means I'm going to have to try and remember everything I've said. And because I said it so fast, I'm probably going to forget something. So I'll add an annotation at the bottom. But there we go. I won't show this menu again. This is where the password is. It is Centaur, Hercules' head, Minotaur, Archer. So I'm going to exit out of this, go back to the main menu, and play that level all again. Okay, here we go. So I'm going back into the password menu. Something interesting is that the password menu will remember the last password you entered. So as you can see, I don't need to re-enter the password. It's still there.
Just stopping by to say hi.
Okay, so I did mention the password menu can break, and when it starts doing this,
Rule number 95, kid.
it will just freeze. I can't do anything, and it's just going to randomly spout audio clips at me. I can't fix this. The only way I'm going to be able to fix this is if I stop the recording and reset my console.
This ought to even the odds.
Apparently it's going to even the odds. I have no idea what's happening, so I'm just going to restart everything, and I'll see you in a second. Okie dokie, here we go. I've reset everything, ready to go, re-enter the password. Let's go back in. Okay, Meg was supposed to say something there, but she has not said anything, so great. We get to look at the funny picture again as the game breaks. I get the feeling their password menu is probably the weakest part of their game. Oh well, let's just get back into this. It works well enough for me to be able to do this Let's Play. Let's move on. Here we go. So Hero's Gauntlet for the second time. Right then, so once it's loaded, maybe I'll be able to get to talk about some of the obstacles and things a bit more this time instead of trying to explain how all of it works. So, grabbing all the coins, these dummies that just swing back and forth, I just dodge them most of the time, because obviously, no, I run into them all the time. Honestly, my comedic timing sometimes is ridiculous. I didn't plan to... I was going to say I didn't plan to crash into that, but I just did it anyway. So, okay game, if that's how it's going to be, I'm just going to not talk about it. Right, so I'm going to try and pick up all the letters again, but I'm mainly just going to focus on getting the ones that are off the right hand path. So I've already got the pass and I've shown that off, so there we go. That first bit is always the same. This second bit is always a bit, it's always different depending on which way you go. It's not just sometimes different, no, it's consistently different. So here we have these jumping ponds. There's a lot more of these, so if there's something on a path you don't like, so on these paths on the right hand side there's a lot more of these like platforms that you have to jump to. If you're really bad at jumping like I am, go to the left. If you're really good at jumping, come this way. So as you saw there, I'm really bad at this side, and I'm pretty much dead. So, yay! So as you saw, there was an R there, and okay, there's a pot up there, and right afterwards there's a C, so as you saw... Wow, I died. I actually died. Not because this game is hard, but because I'm really bad. So what I said earlier about, don't worry, this game hands out health in these earlier levels you don't need to worry about. Never mind, I'm just very bad at the game and I'll die anyway. As you saw there, the E, I think it is, the E or the R, doesn't respawn because you've already collected it. Collectibles that you have collected already won't respawn. Ow, I ran directly into that. So you don't need to worry about that. It's only collectibles that you haven't collected, like that pot, will still be there. So if you die and don't collect something, like if you don't collect one of them, you can just kill yourself. I mean, that's pretty morbid, but if you just die in the game, you can reset to the previous checkpoint and have another go at it. You don't have to exit out and restart again. I mean, it does cost a life, but later on, in the later levels, it does get a lot easier to get lives, so it's not too bad. So if I dodge you, fail to dodge you, so in amongst all of these, I think, is it here? No, it's not here. So I'm just winging where all these are, because I can vaguely remember where they are. Amongst these is a letter, there we go. I remember where this one is. Have I got them all? Yes! So I've already missed one pot. This is the third pot that I failed to do again. So as you can see, I'm terrible at jumping. This is why the first route where I showed off the password, I chose to go the other way. I actually slowed down to get hit by those. Wow, okay, so there we go. That's where the L is. I'm doing a really bad job of explaining where these are because it's just going by so quick. So yeah, it's always the same on each route. If you want to know where they are, I'll put annotations in the description of if I can still do that. I don't know if I can still do that. I probably can still do that. But yeah. Oh yeah, at some point, I've just... This run is so bad. If I wasn't resetting lives, this would be absolutely dreadful. Okay, we're cut here. Basically what happened was that there's currently roadworks going on just outside my house. I know I picked a really bad time to start re-recording Let's Plays, exactly when they decide to rebuild an entire road just outside my house for like the next 2 years. Problem is, that set off all of the seagulls that nest around the house, and it was absolute chaos. The noise was terrible. It ruined the last part of this episode. So what I've done is I've just redone all of the level up until the second right-hand turn, and I'm just going to replay through this. Since it's only a tiny amount of the level, I thought I'm not just going to re-record all of it, I'll just re-record this bit. Because me dying like that allowed me to demonstrate a few things that I couldn't. Oh my god, I'm about to demonstrate them again at this rate. Oh my god, what was that? I've had no problems up until now getting through this level. Then all of a sudden, the second I start commentating, I suddenly have issues again. So yeah, here we go. On the right here, we've got a U. Have I collected? So I've missed the same pot again. I've managed to do the exact same thing twice. Let's see if I can... No! Oh my goodness, I cannot do these jumps. This right-hand side is cursed, and it bodes poorly for the future. For when, because there's more of these like on rails levels, so it just bodes poorly. So yeah, what I was going to, I think I said in this part of the level was that at some point, I think round about there, the level connects up again. I think it's round about here where the helmet is when I managed to hit that twice. Is when it connects up again where the other path. So the two paths reconjoin at this point. So the E and the S are the same regardless. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to be able to demonstrate that again, that at that point the two levels reconverge. Wow, I have to redo. I have done this bit, I think, about 3 or 4 times. Oh my god, my timing. Right, let me slow down, speed up again. Wow, I am not following my own advice. I am just hitting everything. Right, let's do better. I'm somehow still on full health. I have no idea how I've done that. So, as I can demonstrate again now, there are all the things I've collected are still collected. I mean, it does give me another chance to collect these. So I think if I go at normal speed and then jump and push forwards, there we go. That's how you do it. So you do a short jump for the first one and then you push forward on the second one. That's how you make those jumps. At least I was able to demonstrate one of those. So yeah, as I was saying, at this point, this is where the two levels connect, where these two things bump together. So I think it's here. Yeah, it's here, where these two things bump together and where the invincibility helmet is. Oh, I'll be able to show you now. The invincibility helmet does nothing. It does not... Oh no, wait, it does. I still get hit. I do the animation, but I don't take damage. The problem with that is if I, as I demonstrated last time, because I hit that pillar, I couldn't jump over it and then get the S, so be careful when you hit things like that. It can push you away. I didn't get that life, doesn't really matter, because I'm going to reset anyway, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, as I was saying, if you hit things, it can bump you to the side and prevent you from jumping over it. So here we go, I'll finish the level one more time, and then you'll be able to see my absolutely apocalyptic results of me going right. So here's the case, I always have to go left now. That's the rule. That is the rule. Oh my goodness. I've just realised something. I forgot to add some more context to this game. Since we have 0 context for this game because I'm skipping all the scenes, I now have to give you some more context for what just happened. What just happened in that level. So basically, what I think happened was that since we're like a hostage in some sort of Saw situation, that means clearly I've managed to escape and like I'm on the run. That was what was happening. Hercules, the traveling magician, damsel in distress, was on the run. I finally escaped the madman Phil, and now I'm making a break for it. I'm escaping. So next time we'll see where we've ended up. I'm gonna have made of my escape and we'll see where I go. I think that's suitable. And I think that's quite in line with the nonsense I made up last time. I think that's suitable. But anyway, on that note of insanity, on that note of just beautiful chaos, let's end the episode here, conclude this absolute dumpster fire of a run through of that level, and just conclude it. Wow, I actually got 80%. I assume there's a lot more coins on the other side or something. But as you see, I only got a champ rating, but I still got an extra life. So you can get an extra life even with only a champ rating. I don't know what the actual thresholds for it is. Never mind. Anyway, that wasn't the point I was trying to make. There we go. Finish the level. Right, ending the episode. So there we go. We finished the second level with disastrous results on that second run, but we've done it. So there we go, time to end the episode. I'll see you guys next time. I've been HazzD. Like, comment, subscribe, and all the other good stuff, and I'll see you next time.